Hey, I want to talk to you this week about calculating GPA and just kind of briefly go over what we're going to be doing as we calculate this GPA assignment. What I've got is a student pulled up here that's taking Chemistry 130, 130A, CS 110, and Psych 150. Okay, as I look at this, what I'm interested in is these hours completed right here. Okay, so as I look at these, I can add all these together, and this is what we call credit hours. So if you look at your tracking sheet or you look at the catalog, you'll find a column for credit hours. Okay, you can add the credit hours for each one of these courses, 3 and 1 and 3 and 3 together, and for this term I can calculate that this student has now completed 10 credits. Okay, so he's attempted 10 credits, and in this case he's completed 10 credits, so that's going to be the credits that factor towards his GPA. Now let's look at the grade points column. Now the grade points works like this. Okay, anytime you score an A, right, you're going to get A is going to be considered 4 points. A B is going to be a B is going to be 3 points. A C is going to be 2 points. A D is going to be 1 point, and of course we get no points for an F. So what I'm looking at here is I'm going to multiply the numerical letter grade, so I can say this C is going to be a 2. I can multiply it by the hours completed, and I'm going to end up with a grade point of 6. Right here again I've got a 2. Right? I can multiply by the hour attempted, and I'm going to get a 2 here. Okay? Here he's got an A, so that's going to be equated to a 4. Okay? 4 times the 3 completed hours is going to give him or her a 12 for grade points. And a B here is a 3. So 3 times 3 is going to give you 9 grade points. Now as we add all that together, we find that 29. 29 total grade points. So all I've done is just add this column together to get this. Okay, so now what I want to do to get my overall GPA is to take the 29, right, and divide it by 10. Right, and I'm going to get an overall GPA, if I do that, of 2.90. Now, one of the questions also asks you, well, what happens if I take another course? How would that pull it up? Well, what we've got to factor into when we're talking about taking another course, let's say we take whatever, it doesn't matter what the course name is, what we've got to consider is that if it's a 3 credit hour course, well, it's going to add 3 hours to your hours attempted and your hours completed, and not only that, but it's going to add to your grade point whatever you score in that course. So if you score a A, it's going to be 4 times 3. You're going to have 12 more. You're going to have 12 more grade points. So instead of saying, 41 divided by 10, we got 41 divided by 13. So if he made a B or A in a 3-hour class, 41 divided by 13 would raise the GPA up to 3.15 with some rounding. So that would change it to 3.15. So these are a couple of things I'm going to ask you to do on this week's assignment, and you'll be able to take it twice. So if you mess up the first time, go back through, look and see what you missed, and try it again. And just please let me know if you have any questions at all about this assignment. Thanks so much.